This is TaskSpoon, the series where I aim to complete the collection log one random task at a time. After nearly 2 years and over 4,000 hours of gameplay, I'm finally ready to take on RuneScape's endgame as I venture into the elite tier. Welcome to Season 4 of TaskSpoon. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 132 of the TaskSpoon series. In the last episode, I did an elite clue task at Muspa where I got enough ancient essence to saturate my heart, and then we ended that by getting a mega rare to finish the task. I also did some bandos for a bandos chestplate. I did some duke where I got an ice quartz. It was a pretty eventful episode. I would recommend going and watching it. But in this episode, we rolled an elite clue task again, and I still need to decide what I want to do for it. So give me a sec. So there were 3 reasons why I went to Muspa for elite clues last video. One, Muspa just drops elite clues at a pretty good rate. It drops them at a 1 in 50 rate, and you can do quite a few kills per hour, resulting in theoretically a lot of elite clues per hour, although I did get pretty unlucky in the last video. Another reason is to saturate my imbued heart, which I did manage to do. And the third reason was to get some Venator shards to make a Venator bow, which I managed to get 2 out of the 5 needed to make the bow. So I am tempted to go back to Muspa, even though I don't need the essence as much anymore. There's still really good drops, decent elite clue rate, and the chance for more Venator shards to eventually make this bow. So I think I am going to go back to Muspa. I also just enjoyed the boss, so yeah, let's just go do it. So, going to be doing the same thing as last time with a few minor upgrades. For starters, I've got my saturated heart now, which just means my magic boost is going to be higher and last longer. I've also got this Ice Ancient Scepter from the Ice Quartz at Duke from the last video as well. The Ice Ancient Scepter increases the length that your freezes last by 10%, which I don't know if it actually makes a difference in terms of the amount of ticks it'll freeze Muspa. Because Muspa doesn't get frozen for as long as other enemies, I don't really know how that's going to work, but more importantly, it increases the accuracy of your ice spells by 10%, so I'm more likely to catch a freeze while I'm wearing it, so that's useful. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to send it. Also, not to mention, Muspa has a bunch of good drops for me and a pet that I can get, so 2 other reasons to want to kill him. Hey, let's go. Oh yeah, I forgot to show this at the beginning of the video, but this is what the log looks like as of right now. Nothing's changed, didn't get any uniques or else you would have seen them, but we did start at 185 KC, so I did 31 kills for that elite clue, which considering they're a 1 in 50, that is pretty good. So I'm just going to go and do both these clues and then I will come back to you with a casket. I don't really know if I want to stay at Muspa. I was just doing those kills and I realized that there are other things I can do. Because I'm allowed to do literally anything to get elite clues, I could be doing something that, you know, I actually want the uniques from. Obviously the vendor shards are cool, but they're not as cool as other things. Like, I could go to raids if I wanted. Raids are generally a pretty good way to get elite clues, so yeah, I might change my mind on that in the future, but for now, just gonna do these clues. So I did go and look up the drop rates for elite clues from the raids, and from Chambers of Xeric, it says it's a 1 in 12. From TOB, which I'm probably not going to do, it says it's anywhere from a 1 in 7 to a 1 in 25, probably based on how well you do. And for TOA, it just says that it, quote, varies. I don't know exactly what that means, but I have heard that it's also a pretty good way to get them. So yeah, I might end up going to Chambers or TOA. Haven't really decided yet. I'm just going to go and open this elite casket first. Maybe we're already done and I don't even have to think about it. But I got the elite casket, so let's go ahead and open it. Last time we had an elite clue task, I ended up getting a mega rare unique, so maybe we can continue that luck here. No, but I got a master. Sometimes I can be a little bit lazy when it comes to doing clues off of tasks. But when it comes to master clues, no, I gotta do them immediately. There are so many master clue unique tasks on the elite tier that if I don't do them as soon as I get them, I'm just gonna end up falling behind. Now, I do have a pretty decent store of master clues in the bank already. I think I still have 10 left, but that is not gonna be enough. So I need to do all the master clues immediately when I get them. And in case you're wondering what the heck I'm doing out here, I had a fallow step that I need lava dragon bones. I'm not just killing lava dragons for fun. Well, unfortunately, this is one of the few master clues that I can't do. I do not yet have a black dragon mask. So yeah, gonna have to drop this master clue on 3 steps. Very sad. So this is a little bit random, but I want to try and do the elite combat achievements. If I can finish the elite tier of combat achievements, I get a 5% increased chance to get elite clues everywhere in the game except Implings, just for the rest of my account. And I have so many elite clue tasks to go, I feel like spending the time to do the elite combat achievements now will save time overall. And I only need 99 points, which I say only. It might take a little while, but I'm convinced I can do it. So I'm just going to try and do as many things as I can. Now, I am going to try and focus on stuff that I have no more tasks left on the spreadsheet to do. So therefore, theoretically, I have no reason to go back there. Or stuff like this, where I haven't actually done any of the Tazar Ket Rack challenges, where you have to go and kill some Jads. Now, I think I only have access to the first and the second, because I haven't done the Inferno. But I'm just going to try and do a bunch of stuff, and see how many combat achievement points I can get, and see if this is doable. There's so many bosses on here that have a bunch of combat achievements that, like, I just haven't really even touched. Stuff that I can do fairly easily. Stuff like Vorkath. There are no Vorkath tasks on the elite tier, but there's still 9 combat achievements here. Now, some of these are speed tasks, and some of these I just don't think I'm going to be able to do. But there are a bunch on here that I definitely can do. And I feel like I'm just going to start with these Tazar Ket Rack challenges. I need to defeat the second challenge with melee, and defeat the first challenge in under 45 seconds. And then that's 12 free points. So, yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. I'm just going to go send it. Okay, turns out 45 seconds might be a little fast. I just did the first one in 132. No combat achievement for that one, but I should just get one for completing the second one at all, so I'm gonna go do that. Easy combat achievement. As you can see, the third challenge is not available until you complete the Inferno, but I'm trying to decide if a melee 2 Jad or a fast 1 Jad would be easier, and I don't really know. Well, it wasn't exactly that fast, and I kind of cheesed it by using a Crystal Halberd. That way I didn't have to worry about praying melee or stepping back with the double Jads, but a combat achievement's combat achievement, so that is good, and I'm going to go try and do the fast one. Okay, that attempt wasn't too slow, in my opinion, and it was still only a 125. I don't think doing it in 45 seconds is going to be possible with range. And when I looked it up, people said to use melee. They actually said to go and Dragon Warhammer spec it and then use full Darox, which I think is hilarious. So I may try that a few times, or I may just move on. It's only 4 points. I can get them elsewhere, but I might as well try it. So here's the plan. I'm going to Dragon Warhammer spec him without praying anything, get him to hit my Vengeance, hopefully very hard. Then I'm going to Dragon Warhammer spec him again, hopefully both specs land. I'm going to use my Locator Orb to get down to low health. I'm going to put on my full Darox, and I'm going to hit him and hope I kill him. Cool. I can't believe that worked so well. 34 seconds, that was like my 4th try, let's go. Man, I didn't even notice until going back and watching the footage, but I actually missed my second Dragon Warhammer, and if I had noticed, I probably would have just gone out and reset, but I thought I hit him because it hit a 73, but that was from the Vengeance because he hit me for a 98, so that was convenient. I don't even, yeah, okay, sure, we're done. Yeah, let's go do some Vorkath, I think. The unfortunate part about this is extended super anti-fires are literally the only potion I can't make, even with a +5 boost. So I'm gonna have to go with the regular extended anti-fires and the anti-dragon shield, because I don't have a DFS. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but the good news is, I've got a Salve Amulet, I've got a Serp Helm, so I don't have to worry about being venomed, I've got a Dragon Hunter Lance, I've got a Bandos Chestplate now, so I'm actually pretty geared to do this. I'm just going to figure out an inventory setup and we'll go and get started. And obviously the reason we're here is the combat achievements. So first things first, what we're going for is kill Vorkath using melee only. It should be pretty easy. Later I'll go for the kill the zombified spawn without using Crumble Undead, but I'll have to using range for that. So I'll have to switch up the setup, and 100 KC should come eventually. And honestly, the rest of this stuff, I think I'm just going to try and get used to the mechanics and then see what's possible from there. I didn't know if equipping the Slayer Staff to kill the zombified spawn would count as equipping a non-melee weapon, so I just manually cast it that time, but yeah, easy combat achievement, we continue. Hey, there we go. I figured now that I'm feeling a bit more comfortable back at Vorkath, might as well knock out a few of the other more specific combat achievements. So there was the one to kill the spawn without using Crumble Undead, and now I'm going to try and kill him without losing any prayer points, and I think I'm just going to not use any prayers. So yeah, hopefully this works, I don't know. Well, that was easy. That's a Grandmaster task, 6 points just for killing it without using a prayer point. I probably could have like done a little bit of prayer flicking if I wanted to, but it was so easy. Like, I don't know, that's Grandmaster task, thank you. So the remaining Vorkath tasks are to kill him 100 times, which I am at 75, so that shouldn't take too much longer. Kill 5 times without taking any damage from special attacks. That just comes with time. The acid pool attack is so random, like sometimes it just falls on you and there's nothing you can do about it. So eventually I'll get 5 kills in a row without getting hit by it. Speed task, which there's no way. Kill 10 times without leaving the area. Probably no way. I just don't have the supplies for it. Kill Vorkath with only your fists. I might try this. It'd be a big time sink and a lot of supplies used, but I think I can do that. And then an even faster speed task, which there's no way. So yeah, essentially I'm going to go get to 100 kills at least. Hopefully I get the perfect 5 kills in a row. And then maybe I'll try the with only your fists once or twice. Oh my goodness, 122. That was just actually 7 seconds off the speed task that I said wasn't possible. So maybe if I get really good luck, I don't know. Hey, PB 121, nice. Okay, well, I'm at 99 KC, no uniques, unfortunately, no additional heads either. Which I still need one of those to use on my range cape, although that is rather minor. But either way, I am going to try and do the worst combat achievement they've ever put in this game. Kill Vorkath with only your fists. This will get me the 6 points for that, as well as the 5 points for the 100 KC. So 11 points after doing this one task, but it is going to take a while. I do not have an optimal setup. I don't have the best in-slot gear that it wants you to have, and I don't have a Slayer task, so I can't use a Slayer helm and a Torture. I'm going to just stick with pretty much this exact same setup, just without a lance on. So yeah, this is going to suck. The only change I'm going to make is taking the Dragon Defender instead of the Anti-Dragon Shield, and swapping out my regular extended anti-fires for super anti-fires. The only reason I wasn't using these before is they only last 3 minutes, so they're kind of bad when trying to farm him. But turns out swapping to the Dragon Defender over the Anti-Dragon Shield reduces my average kill time from like 22 minutes to like 16 minutes, according to the DPS calculator. And yeah, I think that's worth it. So this is the final setup. I'm going to be teleporting in, dropping some brews, going back, teleporting back, etc. So I have a full inventory of brews, restores, super combats, super anti-fires, and my runes to cast my spell. And yeah, I'm just going to do it. Oh, that was exhausting. 19 minutes, 53 seconds. Jesus. So I guess that's going to be the end of my Vorkathing. These two I could have gotten if I got lucky, but I didn't get either of them, and these two just weren't going to happen. Obviously, this isn't going to happen if I don't get this, and this one, I don't know. I think I was getting like 5, maybe 6 kill trips max, so there's no way I get to 10 unless I change something up. Like, if I got a Blue Dragon's task, I used a Slayer Helm, and instead of the Salve Amulet used a Blood Fury, I might be able to get the 10 kills without leaving, but yeah, that's just not going to happen. So, we're moving on. I gotta go find a new boss to kill. So, next up, I'm actually going to be doing some necks on the Mass World. There's at least 2 free combat achievements I can get here. One for 25 KC, which on the Mass World, the kill times are like under 2 minutes. So this should only take me like an hour, which is 5 free points there. And then one, which is a 6-point task to kill necks while a player is coughing. I just assume that in the 24 kills that I do, somebody is going to keep the cough till the last part. So I should be able to get at least 11 free points. I mean, I might even be able to get a couple of these other ones. I don't really know. But yeah, I'm just going to do this for like an hour and see if I can get both of those. Well, there's 3 combat achievements that I don't even know. I don't think any of those were the ones I was going for. But cool. I'll figure it all out after this trip because there's too much going on. So it turns out keeping the cough alive for the entire kill is harder than I thought. The only time it actually happened was because I was running around and doing it, and then I didn't do enough or any damage, and therefore didn't get kill credit. So I didn't actually get the combat achievement, although I think I actually got it for a bunch of other people, which is kind of funny. But yeah, there's 25 KC. Let me go look at those other achievements that I got. So I ended up getting a Siphon Will Solve This and Contain This, as well as Perfect Necks on that one kill. All 3 of those I wasn't expecting to get, but then I didn't end up getting I Should See a Doctor. But either way, that's more points than I thought I would get here. 41 left to go. I'm going to go look through and see what boss I want to kill next. I know this is kind of random, but I saw that there was at least 1 combat achievement for killing the Nightmare even a single time. So that's what I'm going to do. I've never killed this boss before in my life. I have no idea what's happening, but hopefully I can just stay alive to get 1 kill. Okay, well, that was scary, but there's 3 points. If I can kill the Whisperer a single time while being on the Arceus Spellbook, that's 8 free points right there. So I think I'm going to try that, although I've never killed the Whisperer apart from the one time for the quest. I feel like it shouldn't be too hard. So after looking things up, pretty much everything said that, especially while learning the boss, you should probably be on Ancients for the freezes. But that ain't me, so I'm here for the 1 combat achievement. I'm going to hope I can just suffer through a single kill. And hopefully, yeah, we can get these 8 points pretty easily. Maybe. I don't know. Also, the tile markers, these are for the pillars. I don't know if they're actually going to be useful. This is for avoiding the tentacles. Some people do the little square method. Some people do this method. I don't know. I saw a YouTube video. This was his tile markers. I'm just going to try it. Well, the first attempt didn't go so well. Well, I guess it went pretty well, other than the very end. When I went into the Enrage phase, there was a lot of extra tile markers that I don't know where they came from. One of the things that I imported, I guess, and it confused me, and I died. So, attempt number 2, hopefully I've fixed that problem. I've changed up the tile markers, and hopefully we can kill it. Okay, just kidding. That one went significantly worse. Let's try that a 3rd time. Let's go! Well, it definitely wasn't clean, but it doesn't have to be. There is 8 points. Moving on. Okay, cool. I didn't record anything talking about that because I didn't know how long I was actually going to go for it, but I spent about half hour trying to go for that perfect Zulrah combat achievement, and it was annoying, but it was ultimately not too hard. 5 points there, so not too bad. Again, I am trying to avoid the bosses that still have tasks on the spreadsheet. There are a lot of easy stuff I could go and do, like, for example, Venenatis has a couple KC achievements just to kill it 20 times for 7 points. But because there are Venenatus tasks left on the spreadsheet, I'm not going to be doing those. I'm trying to do the ones that there aren't really tasks left, or I would have to go way out of my way on task to go and get them. So yeah, I am running out of those though, not going to lie. 25 points left. We'll see what I can do. I got a few Scotizo combat achievements still left. One to kill him without taking any damage, one to kill him without equipping a Demon Bane weapon, and one to kill him with the final source of damage being from a Chinchampa explosion. Now, I did bring chins, but that's not really what my goal is here. I only have the one Dark Totem right now, so I'm just going to try and kill him without taking damage and without a Demon Bane weapon. So I'm just going to use range. I'm going to spec him down with the Dragon Warhammer, but yeah, hopefully this works, maybe? Okay, well, there's no damage and no Demon Bane weapon, although I didn't feel like going for the Chinchampa. It just felt a little too risky there, but there's 8 more points. And don't worry, I did go and get the casket. I don't want to see a single one of you comment, oh, I bet he didn't even do the hard clue. Look, I did it. It's right there. Okay, again, I'm going to try and do one of these combination tasks here. If I can learn how to kill Vardorvis with under 2 mil worth of gear, I can get this one for 5 points and this one for 4 points at the same time. So a single kill, 9 points. I just need to figure out a gear setup and how to kill the boss. And then, yeah, easy 9 points. Alright, this is the setup I came up with. It is so sad to see me wearing this gear again when I have upgrades in, like, almost every slot, but the important part is it is under the 2 mil requirement, and yeah, I'm gonna send it. I don't know how to kill Vardorvis, but I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, let's just go for it. Surely this will be a lot easier than I think it'll be, and I'll just do it on the first try. Man, it was so close to being so easy, and then I panicked and I fumbled it so hard. Oh, man. Whatever. It should be easy to get on the next try or two. Okay, I take it back. This boss sucks, and I hate it here. Yeah, suck it, Vardorvis. I don't know what I was complaining about. That was easy. Definitely didn't use my entire inventory of food on that one, but 8 points left to go. Let's see what I can find. Apparently there is an elite task to kill Hespori without losing any prayer points, which seems like an easy 4 points to me. I'm just going to kill it without praying anything. And a free 4 points. And the last combat achievement I'm going to do, apparently there is a combat achievement to finish off the bloat with the Crystal Halberd spec in entry mode. So yeah, I'm just here. Hopefully I can do this and we'll be done here. Well, that was easy. And there it is. You've completed enough combat achievement tasks to unlock elite tier rewards. Let's go. And I can talk to Gommel and actually claim my rewards. There we go. I'll put them on screen here and I'll read out the important ones to me. First of all, Antique Lamp worth 25k experience. That is criminal, by the way. That should be at least 50k in my opinion, but whatever. Going straight on to Herblore. 5% increased chance to receive an elite clue scroll from all sources, excluding Implings. That's obviously the main reasons that I did it. Gommel's Hilt 4, 3 daily teleports to Moral Wreck. That's kind of cool. God War's Dungeon benefits, 30 KC instead of 35 for God War's Dungeon bosses. That is also very cool. Blah, blah, blah. Gommel can make players a Tiz Talk Slayer helmet. That is the reason I have a Slayer helmet on me. You already know I'm recoloring my Slayer helmet because I already don't have one, and I don't know, it looks cool. And Bracelets of Slaughter and Expeditious Bracelets have a 10% chance to fully recharge instead of breaking. That is neat. Superior Slayer monsters spawn at rate 1 in 150. Compared to normal 1 in 200, also very cool. And Dwarven Multi-Cannon can hold up to 60 cannonballs, sort of convenient. So yeah, a lot of cool things there. And finally, I'm done all that. That took me forever, by the way. I can finally go back to farming for elite clues. Also, I feel the need to say, the master tier is a very long ways away. 720 more points. That is not happening anytime soon. I'm not even really going to think about it, but I am still going to be trying to do as many combat achievements as possible. Eventually, I'd like to get there, and when they release new things, the threshold for elite tier will go up. So I want to make sure that even when that happens, that I'm going to stay in the elite tier. So I'm still going to be trying to do all the combat achievements that I can, but for now, not on the top of the mind at all. We're just going back to farming for clues. I was going to go to bed, but I wanted to watch a movie first, so I slapped on my mining gear to go hit some stars, and I got an elite clue geode, which is convenient. And then I was like, I wonder if the 5% increase also affects clue geodes. I don't know. I'm going to assume no, simply because it does say elite clue scroll drops by 5% and not elite clue anything. And the elite clue geodes are technically different, but maybe there's a chance. I don't know. Anyways, elite casket acquired. I can't wait for me to have spent like 5 days doing combat achievements just to get an elite clue from hitting a star for 2 hours and be done the task immediately. Would have been cool though. I got a master clue. At least we were able to do the master clue. It was actually pretty easy. I think it was the minimum steps, and all of them I already had all the things for, so that was convenient. One thing I noticed during my combat achievement hunting on the Wikipedia page for Nex, when I was looking at the combat achievements, it says that elite clues are a 1 in 48 from Nex, but I'm not sure how that works for like the mass worlds because there's so many people killing it. If it is a 1 in 48 for each individual person, that'd be a really good way for me to get elite clues, considering the kills are so fast on the mass world. So I think I might go back to Nex and just try that a little bit more. See if I can get an elite clue. If I don't get one within a few hours, I think I can determine that that's wrong. It's probably like a 1 in 48 for... I don't know. There was a tweet from Mod Ash that says it is a 1 in 48 chance for an elite clue from Nex. I just don't know how that works with the mass world. So I think I am going to go back there and just try it out. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but if it is actually a 1 in 48 for every single person on the mass worlds, I can get like... I don't know. I need to do the math, but it would be a pretty good way to get elite clues, so I'm going to try it. Oh, well, I got that combat achievement at least. Well, I guess it works. Cool. Now, obviously, that's not proof that it is exactly a 1 in 48 all the time on the mass world, but the fact that I got one in 31 kills does make me think that it probably is around that drop rate, and considering my average kill time is about 1.5 minutes on the mass worlds, I haven't done the exact math including a respawn time, but I feel like that's a really good way to get elite clues, and I'll probably be back there, but let's go do this one. And there is the elite casket, a nice quick one again. Let me bang some stuff. Honestly, I think I'd be okay if I didn't get a unique here. I kind of want to go back to Nex and do some more testing on that drop rate, but then again, it would be nice to finish the task, so let's see what we got. Alright, fair enough. And at the very least, now I can enter this door with 30 KC instead of 35. So that's convenient, I guess. Oh yeah, also not to mention, there is a very, very, very small chance that I actually get an item here, which would be very cool, especially considering that, like, I don't even have extra Bandos pieces to fix Torva, I don't have the Nile shards to make the crossbow, I don't even have a blade to make the God Sword, so even though it would be cool, it's almost entirely useless. Maybe I'll get the Zerite Vambraces, who knows? I did realize there's probably an easier way for me to figure out the approximate drop rate, so I went and looked up some videos, and thanks to Mr. No Sleep's 1,000 kills from X, he did 1,000 kills at the next Mass Worlds and ended up with 14 elite clues, which isn't quite 1 in 48, but it's close enough that that does make me feel like that is an accurate drop rate. So yeah, this I think is going to be my new way to get elite clues, at least for now, unless there's other stuff that I want to do, especially I might get bored of this. It is kind of repetitive, but yeah, good to know. Hey, let's go. I've done a lot of research looking into different methods to get elite clues throughout the series, all the way back from when I was doing the first elite clue task where I was doing them at Barrows, then a bit of Corrupted Gauntlet, I went to Muspa. I've done a lot of different things, and nowhere did I ever read it say that, like, Nex is really good for elite clues. It's super easy. Mass World, you barely have to pay attention as long as you have your prayer up, and other than that, it's like, you just hit the boss and you wait, and then you get elite clues very quickly. I don't know why I haven't heard more about this, but this is great. Man, that was like one of the fastest elite clues I've ever done. That took me like 6 minutes. It was all just like Yuri steps that I already had the stashes built that were near teleports, and then one extremely easy Sherlock step. So thank you, game. Let me go bank stuff. I don't know why, but I feel like this one's gonna be a mimic. Okay, well, it wasn't a mimic. This isn't relevant to anything that's happening right now, but a while ago I noticed I had a huge imbalance of loop halves to tooth half keys, and I just realized that for the first time, like, ever, I don't have any half keys in the bank. I managed to even it out somehow. I think I had like 47 loops with no teeth. I don't know how this happened, but yeah, that's kind of cool. By the way, I do have 153 crystal keys, and I'm going to be saving these for enhanced crystal keys probably. Try and get the Dragonstone armor pieces, although that is very far down the line. I just thought I'd mention it now. If you didn't know, you can enhance the crystal keys with crystal shards and then go and open the Elven crystal chest, which is just essentially a better crystal chest. It has better loot and a chance to give you a Dragonstone armor piece. Each of the armor pieces are a 1 in 2,500 individually. You have a 1 in 500 chance of rolling the Dragonstone armor drop table, which means that these 153 crystal keys are like 1/4 of the drop rate to seeing one of the 5 Dragonstone armor pieces. It's like one of the most insanely rare logs to complete on an Iron Man. You just need so many crystal keys. So yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon, but that is the plan for all of these. Oh my god, I got an MVP. What the heck is this? 109 kills and I got my first MVP. That's weird. What? I got an MVP again. What is going on? Hey, let's go. That was on kill number 137. The last elite clue was on kill number 78. So a little bit slow there, but honestly, probably faster than most of the other methods I could have done. So yeah, happy with that. Let's go do it. And there is the elite casket. There is still a small part of me that wants to go back to Nex to maybe try and spoon an item, which I'll talk about in a sec. But first, let's just open the casket, see what we got. All right, we're done. Dragon chain body ornament kit. Cool. This has been a very long elite clue task. I know it might not seem like it to you guys, but yeah, it does feel good to get the item. As much as I do kind of want to go back to Nex, it feels good to be done. The drop rate on the Nex uniques is a little bit weird because it's more dependent off of how you're killing Nex, i.e. if you're in a small team, duo, trio, or in the mass world. It's actually better to go off of the amount of Nile shards you've received more than the actual kill count. But this also isn't a good number for me because I've got so many Nile shards from killing the guys in the ancient prison for the ancient ceremonial robe piece tasks. It's better to go off of the actual loot tracker, which I will put on screen here. I got 47 Nile shards from Nex, so I'm just going to round it a little bit. It means that with my setup, with what I'm doing, I should see a unique-ish every 750 kills on the mass worlds, which is a lot. But considering how fast it actually goes, I don't think it would take too long to actually get one. But that does mean, I would have to be on the mass worlds killing Nex a lot, which I think I will go back to on the next elite clue task. So maybe we will end up spooning an item there. But for now, we are done and we can go and roll a new task. I don't know if we'll have time to do it this video. I need to go and look at where we're at video length-wise, but let's go see what we're doing. Man, it's been almost a full week since I've been back on the spreadsheet, but it feels good to be able to press this complete task button. And let's go see what we're gonna go do. Get dragon limbs. Okay. It's kind of funny. I was just thinking about how the rune crossbow is kind of like the worst piece of equipment that I still have to use sometimes. Like, for example, for melee, I have a good slash weapon, I have good crush weapons, I have good stab weapon. For magic, I have a good powered staff, I have good auto cast stabs. For range, I have a bowfa and a blowpipe, but still sometimes you need a rune crossbow, or a crossbow in general, and the fact that I still have to use a rune one is pretty sad. Now, in my mind, I was imagining replacing it with like an armadillo crossbow, but I guess a dragon crossbow is an upgrade, so I can't be too mad about it. The problem is, now I have to go and farm rune and adamant dragons off task for dragon limbs. I don't even know where they are on the collection log. Dragon limbs, miscellaneous, okay. Yeah, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but I guess we'll just go and do it. So I actually have two problems that can be solved with the same solution. So problem number one, I'm worried my DPS is going to be a little bit low. This is the setup that if I were to just go and start right now, this is what I'd be using. And you'll notice there is one piece of gear here that sort of sticks out, at least to me, and that's this anti-dragon shield. This kind of sucks. If I can replace this anti-dragon shield with a dragon defender, my DPS goes from around 6.3 up to like 7.2, which is just a massive upgrade. So that's the first problem. The only reason I can't do that right now is I need the anti-dragon shield for the dragon fire protection. A regular anti-fire potion and protect from magic is not enough to stop the metallic dragon's dragon fire. And so solution number two would be to get extended super anti-fires, which I need to do some herb lore for, which also coincidentally could solve my first problem. So my new plan is I'm going to do some herb lore and try and get to 93, maybe 94, although that's pushing it considering I don't have that many herbs in the bank. But then I can at least boost to make some extended super anti-fires, which means that I would no longer need my anti-dragon shield. I could replace it with the dragon defender, which would then mean my DPS would be better for when I actually do start killing them. So I think for the rest of the episode, I'm just going to do some herb lore. I'm going to see how far I can get, and then in the next episode, we'll actually start killing the dragons. I can't decide if I'm like upset or if I'm happy about this task. Usually on an Iron Man, you wouldn't even bother with a dragon crossbow. It's just not worth the time considering how bad of an upgrade it is compared to a different crossbow, or just sort of ignoring it completely. But I guess I'm happy that I got it now while it's still relevant, because if I already had an armadillo crossbow and then was told to go and get the dragon crossbow, then it would feel even worse because I would have absolutely no use for it. So at least now I do get to use it for something, even if that something, you know, isn't that good, but hey, at least it's an upgrade. And yes, I do in fact manually clean all my herbs for the extra herb lore XP. Now, I will admit I have conceded. I've started to use the lady in Narda to make my unfinished potions for me, even though I said that I wouldn't at this point in the account. Now, I actually have, you know, a lot of money that I don't really care about spending a little bit of to save some time, but you bet your ass I'm going to be cleaning these herbs for that herb lore XP. Alright, there is all of the herbs cleaned. Well, all the relevant herbs cleaned. Maybe I'll have to dip into the Terramins, but for now, this is what we're going to go with. I don't know how much XP I have banked, but even just looking at these Lantodimes and Potato Cacti, that's enough to get me to 93. So I know I definitely have 93 banked, but yeah, I'm not sure how far I'm going to get with all the other things combined. So I'm just going to start. I'm just going to go for it, and we'll figure that out later. Okay, Zahur, let's see the damage. Only 1.7 mil, not too bad. I wasn't recording, but there's 93 herb lore, the first easy level. Now, at the very least, I can boost to make divine super combats, which is very nice. But like I said, I would like to try and get one more level, and I thought about doing the math to see if I actually have the experience banked already, but I don't think it matters whether I do or I don't. I'm just going to make all the potions first, and then we'll figure it out later. Although I will say, nearly 750,000 herb lore XP, that's a lot of experience. It's going to be close. So remember when I said that it'd be hard to get to 94 because it was a lot of experience? Yeah, it turns out I didn't know what I was talking about. That was really easy. I had literally everything banked. So that was convenient. I am going to try and go through the rest of these potions that I've already made the unfinished versions of, and then we'll boost, we'll make some extended super anti-fires, make some divine combats, and then we'll call it there. There is the last of the potions that I had the secondaries for. Initially, I was going to actually go and get the secondaries to finish off all these, but I also had thought that I was going to need way more experience, so I'm just not going to bother with that right now. But what I do need to do is go and make more pies. I'm going to make a lot of potions, a lot of divine super combats, and super extended anti-fires, so I'm going to need more pies than this. So I need to go get those fruit things. Alright, I made myself 20 botanical pies, which took way longer than I thought to get all the fruit tops, because there's no better way than just thieving the stalls and hoping for the 1 in 50 drop, but either way, I'm going to be eating a slice of botanical pie for the first minute, making the super extended anti-fires, and then for the second minute, making the divine super combats, and then I'll eat another dose and repeat until I've made all these potions. And of course, by minute, I actually mean 90 seconds, thanks to Preserve. And there it is, 162 extended super anti-fires, 250 divine super combats. We are ready to slay some dragons. And that is going to do it. This is going to be the setup for the next video. Got the Dragon Defender with the extended super anti-fires, divine super combats, Dragon Hunter Lance. I got everything. I am ready to go. In the next video, I'll talk all about the dragon limbs and what my plan is, which dragons I want to kill, etc. But for now, that's going to have to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like button and check if you're subscribed to the channel, as those two things are both free and really help my videos out with the YouTube algorithm. But that's going to do it for me. I will see you guys in the next video. And a big thank you to all of my channel members, but a special thank you to my Tier 3 Big Spoon channel members, Alchemist BTW, Jack Staumer, Zach Martin, Luxitaire, Tony Adkins, and Dolph. Thank you guys, and thank you everyone on screen here for the support.